Can you hear me now? Test, test, test. So sorry. Can you hear me now? Give me some feedback. All right. So sorry, guys. I really am. I don't know what happens to the settings. I mean, I never change anything. We got good video. I'm having to use my the laptop microphone, so hopefully it's okay. Good video, good audio. Give me say yes to video and audio of somebody. I was even starting early, so that's a bummer. Okay, excellent. All right, let's just kind of wait a minute for others to find. I don't know if there's two of them out there or not. If there are two of these videos out there, but somebody might go to the other chat or something if there is another video and just make sure that we're on. Make sure everybody's in the right one. Because I can't seem to find the right one. On my phone, so there we go. Found you. All right. Hello. Okay. What a horrible way to start Trading Night School, but we're gonna get going anyway. I'll probably edit the video a little bit and we'll get started. So we'll just kind of wait. I'm gonna just kind of talk about while I'm talking an intro in the class. I'm gonna try to keep this to an hour. Okay, so an hour and 15 minutes each night. If you have to leave or anything, that's fine. Don't worry about it. This will be recorded and available in my channel anytime you want to watch it. When I'm finished with the entire series, there may be a chance down the road I take them off. So make sure you watch them as we do them, and they'll be available for a long time because we have a lot to teach. And trading, it's taken me 3 years to learn to trade to get the skill level that I'm at now, and I can still grow in my trading, but I am growing. I'm a profitable trader now, and I'm recouping losses that I've made. So yeah, this is it's good. I'm about ready to go full time. Maybe January, hopefully, if God wills, we'll do it. I'm gonna try to keep up with the chat. Let's see. We're not going to talk about anything TA tonight. We're not going to talk about what's going on with Bitcoin right now necessarily, unless I use it as an example. This is Trading Night School. So if you're trading right now, the market will come back. Don't fret. Don't fret. This is really, really important. What we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about why you lose trades, why you should be a trader and not a hodler. And then we're going to just do a quick intro into my Elliott Wave setups. I'm going to show you the setups that I use, and then I'm going to teach you over the next several weeks how to count Elliott Waves, use the Fibonacci tool, read a chart, and then find those setups yourself. But it takes quite a while to learn this. So don't think that you're going to get a lesson here and there and then go off and be a great trader. You're not. It's going to take quite a while for you to understand this market very well. So, all right. So let me ask a favor in the chat. I would like to keep all chat related to the class, not current price action. Okay. If you need to go watch price action, go chat in some other room. Not to be mean at all, but I want to keep this to a class. Okay, so class, you need to be listening, and I'm going to be watching the chat related to this. Okay, so keep a couple rules there. Just keep the chat related to this rather than current price action. Okay. Now, in the meantime, you guys need to be watching this on a phone or an iPad. And then go ahead and open up TradingView, okay? So if you don't know how to do that, here's your first lesson right here. So go to an open browser and then type in TradingView, TRADING, view.com, right there. Hit enter, and that'll take you to TradingView.com. Now, I have an account. I said today in the video today, you should go ahead and sign up for an account. I'm Ingenious Jim if you want to follow me. You can follow me on this. You can find Ingenious Jim. I'll eventually change that to Jim of All Trades, but that's been my username for years for fun. So that is me, and yeah, you can follow me on TradingView. And once you hit that, you can click on Chart right here, Chart, and that'll take us to where the charts are. Okay. You don't need TradingView Pro. You can have just the basic version of TradingView. You can have the free version of TradingView. No problems. No problems. I'll have Bitcoin here on the screen for those of you who are freaking out right now. Okay. Now, while you guys are pulling up TradingView, I'm going to talk. I'm just going to lecture for a little bit and tell you why you guys are losing trades, tell you a little bit about my story, and then you can ask questions as you need to. So let's just begin, okay? Listen, when I started trading, man, I thought it was really easy. Just in fact, the first time I bought Litecoin, and I looked back at the chart for the first time because I was watching YouTubers a little bit back in 2017, and I was like, oh, I could try that, and I did. And I was like, oh, if I could just find a way to buy at these bottoms and then sell at the tops, and man, and I started. I got my calculator out. And I said, man, I could have had 250 Litecoin starting with my 12 Litecoin that I bought. I did some calculations, and I was like, wow, if I just bought and sold all at the right time. So I was like, oh, that's easy. So what I actually started doing is I just started selling my Litecoin when I thought it was appropriate, and then all of a sudden price would go up, and I was like, oh no, price. And so then I would buy them again, and then I had less Litecoin when I started, and then all of a sudden price went down after I bought them again. I was like, oh no, and so I'd sell it, and I would just go through that reactionary buying and selling as the market was doing what it was doing. And I really didn't know how to make sense of the chart because the chart was just a bunch of squiggly lines all over. The. Don't worry about the charts too much in TradingView, guys, but because I mean you can get there, but don't fret. We'll be a little bit before we start manipulating the charts. But anyway, so basically what happened to me is I started losing my coins. I took the investment that I had and I started losing it because I was buying and selling at the wrong time. And the market was taking it from me. And I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't know it at the time. And so I said I had to back up and just start looking and trying to figure it out. So I found Phil Acone and his channel, and he was actually doing a lot of teaching at that time of Elliott Wave. And man, I learned a lot of Elliott Wave from him, but I learned just enough to get in trouble. I learned just enough Elliott Wave to get in trouble because Phil Acone didn't use Fibonacci's, and I don't know if he still does or not, but I didn't understand that part. I thought it was just counting waves, right? It was just counting the waves on the screen, and so that's what I thought. I started counting waves. I started sharing charts and these things. It was actually not too bad in the long run, but I started trying, and then I started trying to trade by counting waves. But I found out real quick that my wave counts were wrong too, and so I would still lose my money. So man, I found every way in the world to lose money in the long run. So what I want to do, as you guys are trying to think about entering into this world of trading, I want to warn you that this market is ruthless, and no matter what you think you know about trading, you don't know enough right now to save your money, especially if you're just getting started in this. So we're going to assume a couple of things. Number one, I'm going to assume you know how to buy and sell cryptocurrency at this stage on an exchange. Okay, I'm going to assume that, though I'm going to teach you how to trade and set orders later on. We are going to talk about those things. I'm going to assume you have some basic knowledge. I'm also going to assume you have just some basic knowledge of cryptocurrency. So we're not going to go there, okay? But I assume now by watching this, you want to start buying and selling it to earn more coins, multiply your coins. And so I'm going to assume that. And so with that being said, I want you to know that you need to delve into this area very, 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 very cautiously, because when I started, I thought, oh, I'm not going to lose. But man, I lost so much, okay? And so I want to protect you guys. That's why one of the reasons I started this channel. I want to protect you guys from making the mistakes that I did. I want you to avoid what I did so that you can actually do well here. I'm going to teach you how to do well. All right? So let's just jump in. Everybody good to go? Are we ready to get on? Start running? All right. Let's see. Half the likes. Yeah. I appreciate that. Hey, Crypto Hippo, what's up, man? Hey, if you guys, let's give just a shout out to Crypto Hippo. He's found us. He is a good Elliott Wave guy himself, and he does a lot of teaching on his channel as well. You should definitely subscribe to him. If you like my channel, you should subscribe to him as well. We did a collab video that he has on his video. I never got mine uploaded because by the time I was going to upload it, it was obsolete. So, buddy, there's your shout out, man. Appreciate you. Glad you're in here, and thanks for showing up. But definitely check out his channel later on after class, but no talking in class, guys. All right. All right. So anyway, let's just talk about the reason why you lose trades. Now, let's just jump into the chart just a little bit. I'm in Bitcoin. I'm in the 4-hour chart. Okay. I'm going to go actually into the 15-minute chart. I'm going to show you one of the reasons why you lose trades. Number one, the biggest reason if you've been trading and you've been trying to trade and you lose trades is because you're reactionary to the market. You're actually reactionary. What you're doing is once the market starts to do something, you actually react to it. And I want to show you why that can be bad here pretty quickly. So let's just look at this place on the chart right here. So price was coming down. Let me go ahead and I'm going to put the let's see. I'm going to put the replay on, and I'm just going to show you right there. Okay, here's price action right here. One of the reasons you lose trades is because you're reactionary. So we're going to play this. We're just going to watch price as it goes. And this is the psychology here. This is what you're doing. Okay, as price is moving, you can say, oh, it starts to go up. Oh, it's going up, and that's your first mindset. Okay, now we're going really fast, so let me go a little slower. So that's your mindset. You're like, okay, it's going up. Okay, there's a little bit of retrace there. And so, oh, there's a candle to the upside. We're looking at it carefully. Let's get a little closer here. Oh, it's going back down. Okay, you're watching the chart. You're watching the candles. Oh, no. Okay, sell. And so you sell. Because why? Because there's a big, whoa, no. Oh, you're selling. Right, and that's so fast, right? And you're reacting. And then I want to show you something. Price came all the way down here, and some of you didn't even see that. You actually reacted down here, and you sold down here, okay? And then what happened is price reacted back up, and you're like, oh, no, it's running without me. And so if you don't understand the market, what you do is you'll actually buy again, and you'll just react to these candles, okay? And so it'll go up, and you'll buy. Because how do I know some of you are doing that? Because I did it. And look at that candle right there. Ooh, it went all the way back. This candle went all the way back up to where price was. So it came all the way down and then went all the way back up that fast. Okay. And so what you're doing is you're reacting to those candles. You're letting the market stir you in fear and stir your emotions. And so basically you buy and sell based upon the candle that you see. Okay. And basically you'll get whipped like that really quickly. Hey, thank you, Crypto Hippo, man. Appreciate that. You'll get whipped like crazy, and you'll let the market do that to you, and all of a sudden you'll sell it, and then the price will be higher, and you're like, oh no, it's going to run away without me. And so basically you kind of see some green candles here. Then all of a sudden it starts to come back down. You may have purchased again thinking it was a fake out, and then basically it starts to come back down again. All right. So those of you just joining us, you haven't missed anything. Okay, let's see what's going on. Got some people commenting in the other thread here. Let me go over just really quickly to that other thread and make sure everybody's here. Find the other live stream. All right, there we go. Just want to make sure everybody's finding it. Okay. So one of the reasons you're losing money is because you're reacting, and that's bad. Okay, you can't let your emotions, and you can't react to the candles like that. Because here's a rule I found out, and this is something I just remind myself over and over and over again. And you got to learn to say it with me. You guys got to chill when the market's going, because in our trading group, people see one down candle and everybody say, "Oh no, the market's moving, it's moving," and emotions and your adrenaline starts pumping, and your emotions start rocking, and all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh no, the market's moving," and there's a bunch of excitement, and what I just say, I say, you guys got to chill. the market always comes back. Now I want you to watch these candles as they're formed, okay? I'm just going to kind of move it a little faster. I want you to watch what happens to price here as it's coming down. Now we're at this is at 8,400. Let's go a little faster. Let's go every half a second. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so the market came all the way back halfway, at least halfway of this move. Okay, we're going to keep watching this thing. Let's keep watching price. Just watch this thing being made. Watch what the market will do. Now it's just consolidating right now. Nobody knows which way it's going to go. And look what it does. Look what it does. Price started. Where's my favorites bar here? Price started right here and it went down. And look where it came back to. Came right back to the level where it dropped. Okay? Because the market always comes back. That's kind of called what we call a square up. The market squared itself up. Okay? And then it's going to probably continue on down from there. But, let's just watch that here. Let's just watch it. Okay. Now, price is just oscillating in this price range for a little while. See how, let me just stop that right there. See that candle that just shot up right there? That candle just shot up. That was it. That was designed. That was a 15-minute candle designed to scare you, designed to entice you into the market. Okay, but look at where price is. Okay, look at where the price is. Price is right back where it dropped because price squared up. Okay, so if you sold right here or right down here, because this is when you saw this drop because you were fearful, okay, and you didn't chill and you didn't wait. What happened is you sold and then you didn't buy back because you thought it was going to keep on going because that was the way your emotions. And what happened was the market just came back on you, okay? So one of the reasons you lose trades is because you're reacting to the candles in the immediate time, okay? Okay, so one of the things you need to learn is that the market always comes back, okay? Another reason why you're losing trades, not only are you reactionary, but you're an emotional trader. You lose because of three emotions, okay? This is kind of point number 2 if you're taking notes, okay? You lose because of three emotions. You lose a trade because of fear. You lose a trade because of greed, and you lose a trade because of hope. Those are three emotions you have to destroy out of your trading. Let's talk about those three emotions just a minute. No, you haven't missed anything, Elliott Wave. I'm going to start. We're just talking. There you go. Thank you. I'm taking notes for us, man. The market always comes back. That's right. So the point number 2 is you got to deal with the emotions as you're trading, okay? And three emotions that'll kill you: fear, greed, and hope, okay? Now, there's 2 types of fear. There's fear of missing out, and all of you know that. And you know what? This market moved back in 2017. This move right over here, okay? Everybody remembers this. And you know what? Every one of us are waiting for that again. We're all dreaming about it. We're all buying, and we really want to see that again, except what we want to see is this thing go a lot higher, right? Everybody's thinking 50,000. You're thinking 100,000. You're thinking, I can just be rich if I just catch that. And so right now, you're thinking as a trader, I don't want to miss that. And so you have a fear that you might miss that. And so many of you are hodlers because you fear missing that. So what you fear getting rid of your coins, you fear being in cash, okay? And so there's that emotion, and that's why you're hodling. But you know what you're doing when you're hodling? See, price is going down on you, and your investment is losing its value. You're losing your money. Now you say, well, I'm going to hold it until it comes back up. Well, a couple things. You don't know that it's coming back up. That's number 1. Number 2, how long is it going to take for it to come back up? I mean, this took a year and a half to just get up here, and now this has taken 3 months to kind of come down here, like or 2 months, however long it's what July, August, September. Yeah, it's 2.5 months, whatever. This is taking forever. Okay. So I mean, why are you hodling? Because you're afraid of missing out. Okay. Why are you jumping into trades when you see a big candle? You'll see a big candle to the upside and you react to it. You'll see that big straight up candle that everybody gets excited about. Why do you do that? Because you're thinking, oh, this is the beginning of that, right? Your fear of missing out. And so you'll jump into a big candle, and then it'll just come back on you and you're like, oh no, I messed up. I got flipped by the market. And so another reason you lose trades is because you have fear. You fear of missing out, so you jump into trades you should not jump into. You'll react to some big candle. Okay, let's just look. You see that candle right there? You'll react to it. Let me just stop the playback here. Okay, oh, right. Let's just look at this place on the chart tonight, guys. I mean, what did y'all do tonight? We were ready for this in our group. In fact, in our group, we nailed this trade. We all entered right up here and we nailed it. I mean, nailed it. And price is coming on down. Okay, it looks beautiful. All right, we're in short. Okay, that was a fantastic trade. What? But some of you guys, this price was going up. You see that candle right there? Y'all were like, "Uh-oh, price is moving really fast. I better get in on this trade." And so, once you saw that do that, which side of the trade did you get in on? Which side of the trade did you guys get in on? You probably were like, "Oh, price is moving up. I better get in right here," and you bought, and it went up and it stalled, and then boom, and you got wrecked, right? Now, if you bought and you're still holding, chill, just chill. You know why? Because the market always comes back. After these long candles, it's going to have a slow trudge to the upside. The market will come back. Don't worry. Now, when it'll come back and how it'll come back, I can't guarantee, but it will come back to you. Now, you can sell right now as long as you buy later, but it's a really dangerous time to sell right now. But anyway, I guess my point is, though, that listen, if you bought right here, that's what the market wanted you to do. Okay. Now, our strategy in Elliott Wave and understanding Elliott Wave principles, we were ready for it. Our trade plan was to sell here. We set limit orders right here. My limit order was at 82.50, and I put that in there, and it hit, and price went to 82.80, 82.94. Sorry, I missed it like by $40, and then boom. I didn't have any drawdown hardly. Didn't have to wait. It just started tanking. And it was a beautiful trade. It was gorgeous. It was lovely. I really enjoyed that trade. Now, some of you are like, price started to do this, and you're like, oh no, and so you got out of your trade right here, right? And because you were scared that it's going to start coming all the way back on you, and that's fine. You can take profit, but that you were afraid of missing out, right? And so you took your profit. Now that's not bad. Taking profit is never a bad thing. But fear, if you have a target to the downside, fear will take you out of a trade too quickly as well. And so you have to control fear of missing out. So you can't jump into trades as a reactionary trader on these candles that are designed to do this. Now you say, oh, price is coming down. I better sell. I better sell. I better short. Not necessarily. I mean, maybe, but not necessarily. Why? Because these candles that are coming down to the downside are designed to make you think that. Okay. So what I do is I throw the fibs on. You're going to learn how to throw the fibs on it, and you're going to measure this move. You're going to start measuring that move. If this move comes down here to this level, maybe we'll think about that this is an impulse move. But I'm still not, going to enter a trade here. It's a horrible place to enter a trade. You see how I'm disciplined? I'm not worried about missing this, okay? I personally cut my trade in profit right here, and I did that because I knew I was going to do this live stream, and I wanted to make sure I was able to do all the trading that I needed to do, okay? So anyway, so a lot of you are fearful, and you're missing out, fear on these long candles, and you're entering in here. That's why you're losing, and price comes back on you, all right? So fear, you got to control fear of missing out. Then you got to control fear of getting in. Once you've lost enough money and lost a lot of trades, what happens is you'll get trigger shy and you'll be afraid to enter a trade. Okay, you'll even have a strategy. You'll have a plan, and you'll be ready to enter a trade, and you'll like, oh no, I need confirmation. And before you know it, you don't get confirmation. The price just takes off on you. Like this trade right here. This trade gave you no chance to get in it. You either got in up here, or you got in really risky in these places. Okay, there was no pullback for you to get in here, and so what'll happen is you'll wait for confirmation. It never gives you the confirmation, and your fear then kept you out of that trade. So fear will get you into a trade, and fear will keep you out of a trade. Fear of losing. Okay, and so once you've lost a lot of trades, you'll lose confidence, and so you'll have a fear of losing, even if you have a strategy. So you got to be careful. Okay. So fear. of missing out, fear of losing. Those it'll kill you. Okay. Hope. Okay. Why are you losing trades out of hope? Well, what'll happen is let's just say you entered the trade right here tonight, guys, because you're thinking it's going up, and then all of a sudden it pulls back on you, right? And it starts pulling back, and now you're in the negative. Now, what are you thinking now? Rather than cutting the trade, you're like, okay, I'm not going to cut the trade because I don't want the market to take my money. And so what you'll do is you'll hope, you don't have any reason to hope, but you will hope that the market will come back to you very soon, and you'll hope and you'll hope and you'll stay in that trade too long, and before you know it, price gets down here, and all of a sudden you're losing hope, right? Once this and so you'll hope. Your hope is holding on, right? And then all of a sudden it starts to move back, and then it gives that other push down to the downside, and that last push to the downside is designed to destroy your hope, to totally mess you up. It comes in waves, okay? First wave, oh, I'm okay. Second wave, oh, that's scary. Oh, pull back, good. And then boom, that kills you. And then it starts to come back to you, and like, oh, okay, I got a little bit more hope. And then boom, that last hit to the downside, that kills you. It kills your hope. And what do? You get out of the trade down here. That's the way it's designed. That's what a 5-wave impulse wave is designed to do, to deal with hope. Okay? It's designed to give you hope. No. Hope. No. And then you lose hope on this last, because you're just like, your tolerance is gone. You cut the trade, and then you know what happens? It comes back. It comes back to your entry. And then you're like, what did I do? What did I do? And so you got fear. You've got hope. Okay? Hope keeps you in a bad trade too long. So if you enter in a bad place, it puts you in a bad position. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So fear, hope, and then the last emotion that'll kill you is greed. Okay, here's what you're thinking. Here's greed. You're like, oh, you got in up here in this trade. Okay, and then price is coming down and it stops, and you're like, oh, I think it's going to go down more. Look how hard it is. And it comes down here. You say, oh, it's going to go down more. And then it starts coming back. You say, oh, it's going to come. And you're greed. You want more profit. You want more profit. You don't have any idea where price is going. You're just like, I want more profit, so I'm going to wait this one out. And your greed will keep you in this trade too long. And you think you're waiting for it to come down more because you shorted it. And what it does, it comes back up, and your entrance is up here, and it just takes all your profit. Now hope, once your price gets over here somewhere, you're like, oh man, what did I do? And so now all of a sudden all your profit's taken away. And you're like, I only have a little bit of profit left. And hope will take over there and keep you in that trade. Well, maybe it'll turn now. It's got to turn any time now. And hope will keep you in that trade, and you'll lose all that profit. You will lose every ounce of it, and they'll take it all back. Why? Because the market always comes back. Are you guys following me? How are we doing? Do you have any questions? So what we've talked about so far is that why are you losing trades? Number one, you're reactionary. You're jumping into the market based on candles. You see a green candle to the upside, you jump in. You see a black candle, you jump out. You're buying and selling because you see these big candles, right? Number two, you're losing trades is because you have fear, hope, and greed that are controlling you. Fear of missing out, fear of getting into a trade, staying in a trade. Hope keeps you in a trade too long. And then greed keeps you in a trade too long as well, and you never make the profit that you could have had. So that's kind of what I've covered so far. There's more to cover, but I want to just pause here and see how we're doing with that information. How we doing, guys? Okay, doing okay? Y'all even listening? Good. Okay, awesome. Y'all even listening to me? I got 47 people listening. All right. Okay. Now, why else do you lose trades? All right, I got to deal with my trading group here because I got a bunch of people in the trading group now, and they're getting signals and they're getting trade setups, and the Patreon trading group, and you guys are starting to get cocky. You're like, oh, I got this down. We got Jim. He's telling us where to go in and get out. And so what you're doing is you're overconfident in direction. In fact, you're overconfident in me, right? And so you're dependent upon my ability to analyze the market. You're like, Jim, just tell me, man, you've been right so many times. Just tell us where to get in and get out. And then you have overconfidence. And so you'll lose trades with thinking you know where the market's going. I'll mention something like this in a video, and you're like, oh, I think price could come up a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, so I'll just trade that to the upside, make my money while it's going up. I'll just scalp that trade. Well, here's the problem with that. I don't know that price is coming up there. I might have a strong belief that it's coming up there. I might even have reasons from an Elliott Wave perspective, price is coming up there, but I don't know price is going to come up there. And so what you'll do is you get overconfident. You think, oh yeah, price is going to come up there. So you enter in long, and what does price do? Boom, it does that, and you're like, oh no, that's not what I expected. So you get overconfident in your ability to read the market. You get overconfident in the Elliott Wave count. You're overconfident in the direction it's going. Remember, you cannot just assume you know where it's going. Why do I always say in my videos, this is what I think, but I don't know where it's going. This is where I believe it's going. Here's why I think it's going there. And I've got reasons for all that stuff, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know. Hey, listen, guys, I thought price was going to come down here, but you know what this trade could have turned out to be? You know what could have happened on this trade? It could have done this, man. Okay, and it could have done that. And so if you're overconfident, you're thinking, somehow I'm setting alerts. Oh, okay, there we go. If you're overconfident, you're not ready for this to do something you're not expecting. And so you'll lose a trade because you're overconfident in your TA. You always have to believe, okay? You always have to believe that your TA is bad. And you have to be ready for, what if the opposite happens to what I think is going to happen? What if the opposite happens? What am I going to do? Okay. What am I going to do if the opposite of my trade goes on? Well, do you have a stop loss set? Do you know where that stop loss needs to be? So you should never be confident about your trades. You should be confident enough to enter it, and confident enough with your stop loss that if your trade goes against you, your stop loss will cut you out of the trade. Okay. Overconfidence is another reason why you lose trades. Okay. Why else do you lose trades? You're over trading. Okay. In an Elliott Wave, we know that there's this way, like that. And so some of y'all are trading and getting out. And you think, yeah, I'm just going to get out. I'm going to wait for that, and we're going to get back in. And it's going to come out, and I'm just going to trade up and down, up and down. We're going to hit every move of the market. Guys, y'all are over trading. You're overconfident, and you're over trading. And you're going to get bit. Listen, you got to imagine the market like a pool of sharks. Okay? And you see it, and you see an opening to swim across the pool of sharks. Okay? And you swim across the pool of sharks successfully, and you win the prize on the other side. And you're like, oh, I'm going to do that again. I like that. And there's a prize on the other side. And let me tell you something. At some point, you're going to get bit by one of them sharks. If you're not careful, you're going to lose. That's a stupid analogy, but you get the idea. Guys, stop over trading. All right? Stop over trading. Hey, hey, see Crypto Hippo. Glad you came by. All right, so you're over trading. Now, here is the final. Good night. Love you. Hey, y'all want to see my pretty wife? She's here to say good night to me. Come here. Oh, she's in her night clothes. She won't do it. Good night. Love you. All right. So we've gone over some reasons. Now let's talk about some of the other major reasons. Any questions about what we've talked about so far? I know this isn't probably what you guys wanted to talk about tonight. You wanted me to start teaching you how to count waves, right? I know. But listen, you got to stop doing this stuff that's killing you in order for you to make money in this market, okay? So we got to stop doing bad stuff first. Before I can tell you what to do, you got to stop doing bad stuff. You got to stop entering bad trades. You got to control your fear, hope, and greed. You've got to stop being reactionary to when you see a candle go up. Oh, it's going up. You got to stop that. Okay. When you see a candle go, oh, it's going down, in reaction. Okay. So and don't get confident either. You should not be overconfident. You should just be, okay, this is what I think. This is what I believe. Okay. Yeah, I know it's easier said than done. Okay. So yeah, Eastern Syrup. Thank you. Easier said than done. Absolutely. Right. So if you're going to trade, though, guys, you've got to get it under control. I have spent the last 2.5 to 3 years getting my emotions under control. It's taken me a long time, right? You cannot trade with emotion. If you do, you will get killed. You will get wrecked by this market. Okay, let me explain to you something. Okay, can I just confess to you a bad trade? I did bad. I did something bad. Let me show you what I did bad. See if I can find it. Yeah, right here. I had a trade set up. I was expecting way back here. Let me go to the 4 hour, 3 hour. Let me show you what I did. I was expecting this wave to do this. Boom, 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 come up here, and then boom, like that. I was expecting that. Okay, and so I got into a trade right there to the downside, short. And look what price did. And guess what I didn't do? Let me plug my phone in, guys. My phone is dying. Plug it into the laptop here. I didn't cut the trade. Hope kept me in that a little bit too long. Hope kept me in too long. Okay? And so before I knew it, price came all the way up here. And I think at one point, I can't remember how many hundreds of dollars I was behind, but I was down hundreds of dollars into the negative. But guess what I didn't do? Once I realized I was in a bad position. Number one, I told myself the market always comes back. Okay? And the market did come back. And I want to show you where I got out. When price came down, right? Price came down. I just waited patiently, waited, and right when price, I got out. And I got out for very minimal loss, if any. I had to wait that whole time, okay? But I waited patiently. I should have cut the trade. I should have, but I didn't cut the trade. And so once I realized and came to my senses way up here, I didn't cut the trade up there. Because I know in a market like this, when price goes straight up, it's going to come back down to me. I mean, look, straight up, straight down, came right back. Straight up, straight down, came right back. Up, down, came back. Up, down. Guys, listen, this market goes up and it goes down, up and it goes down. Sometimes you're going to have to wait for it to come back to you. If you make a mistake, you just wait for it. Now, I don't want you to get in the big habit of that, but the point is that there are times when you have to do that. I have had to deal with my fear, hope, and greed. Okay, I was able to manage that trade without any loss. Okay, let's see. Okay, now let's get into Elliott Wave, and let's get into why the bigger. Now, what I just went over is psychology, and we need to talk more about it. But I need to get. This is a big reason when you start to trade. This is what beginner traders lose. Why they lose. You lose trades because you have no idea where price is going. You have no idea where price is going, and you'll enter a trade thinking price is going to go up, but you don't know where price is going. When I enter a trade, I have an idea where price is going with a high probability. Okay, I don't have a certainty. I just have a high probability. Okay, all right. So you enter trades and you don't know where price is going. Now that is what Elliott Wave gives you. When you learn Elliott Wave, once you understand it, okay, it's not bogus, it's not hocus pocus. It's real stuff, okay? Once you understand it, it will tell you where price is moving, and you'll know where price is going with some degree of certainty, okay? So you'll be ready to know. So that's what we're going to do. Other reasons why you don't know where it's going. So Elliott Wave is going to fix that for you, okay? And the last thing I want to talk about, you lose trades because you don't have a strategy. You'll just enter a trade. You don't know where you're entering or why you're entering. You just enter the trade, and you don't know where to take profit. You don't have a strategy. You don't have an idea of how to enter the trade and how to exit the trade and where to take profit, where to put stops. Some of you put stops in, but you put your stops so close to your entry that the market, and you get stopped out of all your trades. And you're like, Jim, I keep getting stopped out of my trades. That's because you're putting the stops in the wrong place. And so you'll lose trades because of mechanics as well. You don't know where to enter the trade. You don't know where to exit the trade. You don't know where to put your stops. And so this course is designed to, number one, teach you emotionless trading, okay? And to give you the mechanics for entry, for exit, for stops that you need, and to have a strategy associated with those entry and exit and stops. And finally, to know where price is going. So when you know where price is going, you can make a trade according to those things. All right, and so that's what I'm going to teach you. Now, don't think that once I give you the information, you're going to be a master of it. You're going to have to practice, practice, practice. You're going to have to read. You're going to have to share charts. You're going to need feedback. Okay, that's the kind of stuff we give in the Telegram group. If you want to join, please join. It's a great place to be. That's a great place to be. Okay, all right. So let me now for the rest of my time. I have about 20 more minutes. I want to introduce Elliott Wave to you, and I want to introduce TradingView to you, and just kind of give you a really basic overview of my strategy, of where I exit, where I enter, where I put stops, just general concepts right now. And then we're going to begin systematically learning Elliott Wave and then how to trade according to it. Let me show you the basic Elliott Wave structure now. Okay, this is going to be, you need to write this down. This is going to be, take notes on this. This is recorded, so you can go back and watch it again. But I want you on your chart, I want you to draw what I draw on your on your trading view. Okay, so you need to, what you do is you just kind of put it in a high time frame. Maybe come over here to a 4 hour, go to the 4 hour. So if you don't know how to navigate through TradingView, here's what you do. Up here in the right hand corner, you'll see BTC USD. So let's make sure you're on the chart first. I don't want to assume that. So over here in the corner, right here, there's a chart name. Click on that and let's erase it and let's type in BTC. That's for Bitcoin, BTC USD. And that's for the US dollar. So that's the pair. So that's how you navigate. And it'll give you a list of all the different BTC USD charts you can get and on all the different exchanges. Okay, I use Coinbase. I use Kraken. Now, Kraken is the other symbol for Bitcoin is XBT. So XBT USD. And so if you're on the Kraken exchange, you need to type in XBT USD. So let's do that. So we're on the XBT USD chart. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame. So click this little down arrow, come down to the 4 hour. Okay. Right here, this down arrow on the 4 hour. Click OK. Hit OK in here. If you just let me know if you're tracking with me. Let me know if you're actually doing it on the chart with me. I got 44 of you here. I'm curious to know how many of you actually have the charts open and you're doing it. It's maybe rudimentary for some of you. It may be brand new for some of you. So if it's brand new, let me know that you're doing it. All right, cool. Just give me some feedback. Awesome. So everybody on the XBT USD chart, 4 hours. Okay, so now what we're going to do, awesome. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click in any white space on your screen, unless you have a black screen. Mine's white. You can set your settings. If you right click and you go to color theme, I have mine on light, but you can go to dark if you want. I'm curious, does that look better to you? Do you like the dark better than the light on YouTube? I'm curious. It's getting ready to. So which do you like better? Do you like the light charts or the dark charts? You like it dark. Dark's better on the eyes. Okay. White's better. Very much preferred. Okay. Dark is overwhelming. Wow. White, less stress on the eyes. I kind of agree, actually. It is less stress on the eyes. It is. You're right. I agree. That is better. I might have to get used to that. John, did I answer your question? I'm okay. Yeah. Sorry if you've asked questions. Make sure yeah. So yeah, just right click and you can change the theme. You can also change the candles as well. So we can go to right click and go to settings, and you can begin to change the appearance here. Okay, you can change the background if you want it to be red. Okay, that's horrible. You can change the grid line color. You can change the let's see, the symbols. You can go to green and red. You can use whatever colors you want. So in this chart, red candles go to the downside, green candles go to the upside. You like it without the grid. You can actually so let's see, appearance. You can change it to dashed lines for the vertical grid lines or dotted lines, and that'll soften them a little bit for you. So it still keeps the grid there, but it softens it for you. That's not bad. So you play around with these play around with these settings, okay? Now, I'm going to teach you guys how to use TradingView, okay? I actually have a video with how to set up and some basics, but with that being said, I don't want to get too involved in this. We'll have another night where we play with it, but you can play with it during the week. It's pretty intuitive, okay? But what I want to teach you tonight is my basic strategy. I only have about 15 minutes. I want to show you how powerful this strategy is, okay? So over here, what I want you to do is on this, find the one where it has the weird pattern. Mine is 1, 2, 3, the fourth one down on this side, and click it, and you'll see. I'll hold it here. I want you to find Elliott Wave Impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I use a premium version. I pay for mine. But you can get most of the functionality out of the free version. Everything we're doing, you can do free. Okay. But you can only set minimum alerts. You can only have so many charts, and there's just different restrictions that you'll find. All right, now I want you to click on the Elliott Wave Impulse tool, okay, and that activates it. Actually, let's do this. Go back to there and click the star that's next to it and make it yellow. Okay, so click that star, make it yellow, and then click this, and then once that's done, down here, make sure this star right here, you may have to scroll up and down to get down to here. Make sure that's activated, and that'll pull up your favorites toolbar. Okay, and then it'll put that Elliott Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that toolbar, and you can kind of move it wherever you want to move it. So I keep mine right down here in this little empty space right there. All right, now that we have our Elliott Wave Impulse, let's make an impulse wave to the upside, okay? Make an Elliott Wave Impulse wave to the upside. And here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to click once, and that gives me a 0 mark. Now you can see I got a line here, okay? We're just going to make a short line, kind of up and to the right, and click again. That gives me a number 1. It locks it in place. We're going to come down now, and we're going to click again for number 2. We're going to kind of come up with a long one, a number 3. I'm going to go down again, number 4, and up again, number 5. There it is. That is an Elliott Wave Impulse. Okay. Yeah, you have to click the yellow star next to the favorite, or it won't show your favorites bar. So click it, and then show your favorites. Okay, so there's an Elliott wave impulse. Give me some kind of sign you're ready for the next thing. Say ready. That'll be good. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to go back to that fourth one because this is where all the Elliott wave stuff is. Okay, why don't you just go ahead and put stars for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Elliott wave, the ABCDE, WXYXZ, ABC, and just go ahead and star all of those. That way they're easily found on your toolbar. Go ahead and put stars there. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put ABC. So you're going to click the Elliott wave ABC. Okay, so go ahead and activate that dude. And then you're going to go down, up, down like that with 3 clicks. First click at the top, second click at the bottom, go down a little bit. And it should look about like that. And that, what you have right here is an Elliott wave sequence. Okay? Now, the cool thing about it is I can actually put my finger here and I can actually just kind of move that anywhere I want to. I can click on the circles and adjust it to where I want it. Okay? I can adjust these waves. They can all be adjusted. I can move this out of the way, whatever. So there we go. There's an Elliott wave impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an impulse wave. ABC, that's a corrective wave. Okay? Now let me show you my strategy. As price is coming up, I'm going to click the paintbrush now. So the paintbrush is at the second one up here. There's a paintbrush right here. Make sure you star that one. And the rectangle, that's a good one to have as well. So you don't have to do this part, but I'm going to just show you right now. Let's see, yellow. So as price is moving up right here, right? The price will move up. And then eventually what will happen is it'll pull back, right? That's the beginning of an Elliott wave move. Now, if I could buy right here, if I could purchase knowing that price is going to do that, that's a good trade, right? If I know price is going to go up like that, buying down here is a really good place to buy. Okay? So what we try to do is we wait for this first wave to finish, then we have that pullback, and then we purchase. And then we ride the third wave up, and we take our profits. That is the trade. That is my trade. Okay? That is my Elliott wave trade. So if you know where this 2 wave is going to be, if you know where that 2 wave is going to be, wouldn't it make sense for you to go ahead and take that trade? Well, the problem is you don't know where that 2 wave is going to be, but I do. Now, there's certain things that we look for when that happens. We have a high probability. Now, when you guys are, so price was coming down, and then all of a sudden it starts doing this. When you guys enter the trade, you guys are most likely entering the trade right here. You know why you enter the trade there? Because you're reacting. You're reacting to the market. You say, oh no, the price is moving up. So you enter the trade, and then what does the market do to you? You enter the trade right here, and then it does this on you. And then you know what you do? Oh no, price is moving away. And so you sell, and then all of a sudden it does that. And you're like, oh, man. You understand Elliott wave. You're ready for that. So I never rule. Here's a rule. Never, ever, 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 never, ever enter a trade on a green candle when you're going up. In other words, if I'm expecting price to be going up, I don't enter a trade when price is going up. Do you know when I enter that trade? I enter when price is coming down. Okay? So if price is going to the upside, I enter on a red candle. Let me show you. Okay? Let me show you. Like tonight. I was looking for price. I'm in the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to switch over. You guys are fine. I was looking for price to come down. Okay? I was waiting for it. Okay? So I wanted to take this trade to the downside. So as price was coming up, this is where I entered the trade on this green candle because I wanted to take it down. Okay? Most of you guys, when price reversed, you're probably entering the trade down here somewhere. And you know what's going to happen tonight? It's going to do that. Okay? It's going to come back against you. Okay? You know, a lot of you might have taken the trade here, like you're going to the downside. You might have said, "Oh, we got a big red candle." You entered the trade, and this is what it did to you. Okay? So it comes against you. So if you're taking a short, you never enter on a red candle. You always enter on a green candle. And if you're going long, you always enter on a red candle. So as this price is coming down, yeah, this is where you're going to go long, but that's not where we go long. We let price reverse and we let it go. We're like, oh, and we're not freaking out, okay? Because price is moving, right? But what happens? Price comes back. Okay, that's that 2 wave right there, okay? And then we take the trade down here, and then we go up. I was working today. I couldn't see the chart. I couldn't take that trade. I would have loved to have taken this trade right here. I was not in a position where I could look on the chart. I don't trade from my phone. By the way, don't trade from your phone. You cannot measure properly on the phone. You can't do what you need to do on the phone. Do not, unless you've already taken all the measurements and you're ready for the trade, do not trade from your phone. You'll lose. You will lose. Okay? So here's an Elliott wave move. Okay? You had a wave that pushed up and then it came back. This is when we enter the trade and then we go long. But here's the problem with your psychology. It seems counterintuitive, but everybody's thinking price is going to keep on going down. Okay? But it doesn't. Once we got this first bullish engulfing candle, that's a good place to enter. Okay? And then price eventually went up on us, and that would have been a good trade to take. Okay? And you would have gotten out up here somewhere. But we actually, because price was coming down, we wanted to take the short because we were ready for the short. And so we went short rather than long. Okay? We let this trade go by because that's trading against the trend. And that's some other things we'll talk about. So that is the strategy. Okay? That's what we do. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn to take trades. We're going to let price, if price is coming down, we're going to let price come on down. Come on down. Come on down, price. Come on down. And then we're going to let it reverse. We're going to like, oh no, we're not going to have fear that we're missing out. We're not going to have fear. It's going to go. But we know it always comes back for a second wave, right? And this is where we're going to enter our trade and we're going to go. So let's just apply this now. In our market here, look here. When is price going to finish coming down? When is price going to finish? Do you know? I don't know. I have some ideas. Okay? But I think price is going to do that eventually. It might be doing it tonight. It may have already started. Okay? So when is it going to finish? Well, you don't want to miss out, do you? You got fear right now. You got fear of missing out. You're like, I'm going to miss out. And so you guys are buying in here. You guys are buying in here. Now, I'm trading this stuff. I bought some at 86. I wasn't real happy with that. It wasn't a great trade. But then I got another position at 79 and rode that up. And I've been trading all this correction, different little trades here and there. Okay. I had a nice couple trades today. 2 different trades today. One in the morning that finished out this morning, and then one this evening. And it's not done. I'm looking for re-entry. We're going to be talking about re-entry here in just a minute. So anyway, I'm not worried. I'm not freaking out. I'm not worried where the market's going to go, because when the market finally does its thing, I'm going to be short when it's coming down. Okay, I'm going to be short, and as it's coming down, I'm going to take my profit. And then when price starts reversing on us, I'm not going to freak out. Okay, I'm going to let it do its thing. Now, if I'm ready, I might get in that trade at a certain point, but I'm not going to tell you now. But we're going to let it do its thing, and then we're going to wait for it to come back. We're going to enter our trade, and then we're going to go. Okay, this is where we're going to hodl. We're going to hold on for dear life, guys. We're going to ride that wave. If that's the third wave, it's going to go on us. Okay, that's what we all want. So that's the trade. We wait for wave 1 to come. We wait for the pullback. Wave 2, this is when we enter long. Now, you can also do that on corrective waves. A corrective wave is like this, right? Same thing. It moves up, it comes back, we enter there, trade that up. You can trade corrective waves as well. That's the trade setup, okay? And so you need to know. So the question is, is there a way for you to know what price? If you knew what price this was going to, for instance, what if I told you I know where price is going to pivot, or high probability areas where price is going to pivot and turn? That would make things easier for you to know, right? And some of you are saying, well, how do I do that? I don't know where price is going to turn. How do you know, Jim? How in all of your videos, Jim, do you know where price is going to turn? Elliott wave theory and Fibonacci's. And that's what this course is going to teach you guys, okay? So that's where we're going, okay? And you're going to learn that trade setup, and you're going to get good at it. So that's where we're heading. But you have to learn psychology. You have to learn good entries. You have to learn our entry rules. So for entering, if we want to go long, what kind of a candle do we enter on? You give me the answer, class. What if you want to go long, what kind of a candle do you enter on to go long? That's right, a red candle. And if you want to go short, what kind of candle do you enter on? Yeah, that's right. If you want to go short, on a green. Guys, you start doing that, that'll stop you from a lot of mistakes in your trades. Now, listen, not just any candle. You have to learn to count the waves, okay? All right. Now, let me give you some homework. Okay? Here, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Your homework is, I want you to go to my YouTube channel. Channel dashboard. Let's see. Let me go to my channel here. Okay, go to my videos. Go to playlists. You don't have to watch my liked videos. You can see what I like if you want. But the Learn to Trade videos here, I've got 1, 2, and 3. I've got an Essentials for Successful Trading. I've got Learn to Use TradingView, and then How to Paper Trade. Watch those 3 videos at some point this week. That'll kind of get you going, okay? So watch those 3 videos, How to Paper Trade. That's why you can practice trading without losing any of your money. You can trade, and you can actually feel like you're trading without losing any of your money. Watch the how-to video on how to do TradingView. It's just a basic, quick tutorial, something pretty quick from very beginning, signing up for an account all the way to the end. And we kind of covered some of it tonight. And then trust me, it's not completely, it doesn't cover everything. It just gets you started. Okay, and then the Essentials for Successful Trading. We covered a little bit of that tonight, but still watch those. So that's your homework assignment, okay? Make sure you watch those for next week. I'm going to assume you guys have that information down and you're ready to go now let's have some fun so you guys can actually start counting waves. So I want you to start practicing seeing these 5 wave sequences and the 3 waves. So let's finish class, the last 5 minutes. Let's go to the daily chart on Bitcoin. The daily chart actually, let's not do Bitcoin. Let's actually go to, let's stay in Bitcoin because that's where everybody is. Okay, stay in Bitcoin. And let's do it on the daily. Do we want to do it on the daily? Maybe we ought to do it. Okay, I'm changing my mind again. Sorry. Let's go to, what would be a good chart? Let's do Ethereum. So ETH USD. Let's use the Kraken chart. ETH USD. Let's do Ethereum. That'll be better. I need to show you how to manipulate the chart. Okay, I need to do that real fast for you. So let's put it on the daily time frame. So make sure it says D or daily. Okay, got a D up there. Okay. Now right over here in this price bar right here, if you just point to it anywhere in that price bar and double click, it will auto center it. Okay. Now, secondly, if you want to adjust it, you can use your scroll button on your mouse right there. Just scroll up and it makes it bigger. Scroll down makes it smaller. okay? And then you just click on the screen to move it wherever you want. Sometimes you can adjust the size by clicking on the bar, moving up and down, and then down here, right and left, like that. And you can just adjust it, get it where you want on the screen. So everybody, you kind of get Litecoin. I got you. Everybody kind of get this on your screen like this. This is from December 2018 all the way to June 2019. I want you just to start seeing 5 waves and 3 waves. 5 waves and 3 waves. Okay? So right here, I want to just look. So the price came down. Okay? I'm going to use my paintbrush. Price came down. Right? Now, as price came down, we had a pivot. Okay? So this is a pivot, a change in direction. The way I get that off my screen quick is I hit Control Z, and that removes it quickly. So this is a pivot. So when I want you to start counting at the pivot. Okay? Up 1, down 2. Now, the third wave is going to be nice and long, and it's going to have 5 waves in it. Okay? So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. There's 5 waves right there. There's the third wave. There's the fourth wave. There's the fifth wave. There's our Elliott wave sequence right there. A 5-wave impulse. What I want you to do for your homework is to, on the daily chart, I want you to start looking over different charts and try to find 5 waves. Okay? Make sure, this is the only thing I want you to check. Just let your eyes just kind of show you what you basically see in general. The only thing I want you to subcount is the third wave. I want you to make sure that you can count 5 waves. Where did my impulse? In the third wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That might not even be right. This might be 3, 4, 5. I want you to make sure, though, that you can count 5 waves in that third wave. That's the only rule I want you to work on. So just start looking for 5 wave sequences. And then after you see 5 waves, there should be another pivot, right? And see if you can see 3 waves. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, this isn't finished, but you can kind of see the 3-wave structure being made. So you got a 5-wave and a 3-wave. And I just want you to start looking for those 5s and 3s. Okay? Just start practicing that. Go to another chart. Let's go to Litecoin. Okay? LTC USD. We'll go to the Kraken chart. We're on the daily. I'm just going to double click right over here. I'm going to get it where I want to see it. Little different chart, looks a little different. Well, I'm going to take my Elliott wave impulse tool right here. It's in the 4th right there. Click there, and here we go. I'm going to click at the bottom. I'm going to click here at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what my eye sees just right away. Now let's double check that third wave and see if there's 5 waves in there. I'm going to use my paintbrush. It's really hard to see. That's a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it's really hard to find the definition of the waves here, but there are 5 waves in that sucker. Okay? There are 5 waves in there. So we've got 5 waves in the third wave. Okay? Go to another chart. Let's go to XRP USD. Sorry, it's the wicked stepchild. Now this is hard to see, okay? XRP has just been in a state of correction. It really hasn't had a move up like all the other ones did. And Well, it did, but it's just not as easy to see. XRP is a hard one. Let's not do XRP. It's too hard. It's just not a good beginner chart. What would be another good? Seems like let's go to. Let me think. I tell you what. Let's go back to Bitcoin, BTC USD. We'll do the Kraken chart. You can do Coinbase, whatever you want to do. Oh, Kraken is XBT USD. Kraken. Let's change the and again, I just want you to practice this. Let's change the time frame, and let's go to, let's just say, how about the 2-hour chart? Go to the 2-hour chart. Double click over here to auto center it, and let's go to the run up here. Anywhere, let's go to this last run up right here. Just kind of zoom in on that wave right here. That's hard to do. I'll take a minute and let you guys do that. But what I want you to do is see this. See how there's a pivot right here. This is coming down, then we got a pivot to the upside. Once you see that pivot, I want you to find the 5 waves in that guy. I'm going to let you guys take a minute and do that. This is the last push of XBT USD and Kraken. Find 5 waves right here. If you're not on your own computer, you can just use my computer and just find the 5 waves in that section. I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds to find that, because we got to stop. And then I'm going to finish the class with a trade setup tonight. I'm going to give you guys a trade setup as a thank you for being here. I'm going to tell you what I'm looking at for this next trade. Okay, here's the 5 waves that I see. I'm going to use the Elliott wave impulse. I'm going to change it to yellow because I like it. 1, 2. Now I need 5 waves in the third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. That's the way I would count that. It's 5 waves impulse. Now I'm going to take my ABC to practice some ABC. And after that impulse, I want to see A, B, C. Boom. See it? Do you see it, boys and girls? Nice. Nailed it. Good job. All right, so the key that I wanted you to learn tonight, just in Elliott wave basics, and I just wanted to give you, because I know a lot of you were thinking about, you wanted to start counting tonight. When you look for an impulse wave, 5 waves, always in the third wave. Don't worry about the first wave or the 5th wave for now. In the third wave, make sure you find those 5 waves. You should be able to see 5 clear waves in the third wave. And so make sure you see those sub waves, and that'll get you a good start. So you practice this week finding those waves just on the larger time frames, and just and we're going to talk a lot more about that, but that'll get you started in counting. Okay. Who else nailed that with Josh? Anybody else get that right? How'd you do? Am I going too fast? Give me some feedback. Did I just go way too fast on that part? I need to know if I need to go a lot slower. Give me some feedback. You're going to have to use complete sentences too, like, yep, nailed it, or yep, you were too fast, or nope, whatever. So, well, there's 43 of you just still here, so. Okay, which wave should go in for the correction wave? It's ABC. So you come over here and you find the Elliott wave, Elliott correction wave, ABC. I wasn't being super precise, by the way, with exactly where I put, this 4th wave here. It could have been like right there for sure. But I just basically, you can kind of see the 4 waves. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm going to have my audio straightened up next week when I do this. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's look at the current trade right now. I'm going to go to the 15-minute because I want to see the price action. I'm actually going to go to the 5-minute because what I'm going to do is I'm going to count the waves here. See if you can see the waves with me to the downside right here. Just my eyes. I'm just doing what my eye sees right now. I'm not measuring anything. I'm just doing what my eyes are seeing. That's 1. That's 2. Okay. Now I need 5 waves in the 3rd, and it's really hard to see in this time frame. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go actually to the 1-minute chart or the 2-minute chart. This is what I do normally, okay, when I need to see some definition. One, 2. There's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and all that's 5. I'm going to call that 3. And I'm calling this wave that we're making, it's not finished, 4. And then 5 is going to come down. I think that's an impulse wave. I think there's five waves, and I think we're in the 4th wave. Now there's a chance this could be 3. That's 4. And that's 5. There's a chance that that impulse wave is finished. And this is a larger corrective like a 2 wave or a reversal or something like that, right? So that's when people say, well, Elliott wave is subjective. Well, there's a whole piece of it that I have not showed you yet, and that's the Fibonacci relationships, and you're not ready to learn that tonight. So we're going to learn the Fibonacci relationships between the waves later. So to how to validate. But right now, I just want you to start trying to find those 5 waves, especially in the waves that are already completed. Okay? So with that being said, here's what I am thinking. I'm going to go back out. I'm not going to explain this. I'm just going to show you what I'm thinking. This is A, that's B. Now we're in C, a C wave or a W, X, and a Y wave. In the Y, I need an A, a B, and now I need a C. So that's a 5, a 3, and I need 5 waves. Okay? So what I'm expecting is price to come down here. Let me make sure I got this to the tick. We already kind of came to the 1-to-1 extension. I'm expecting price to come down to the 1276. That's a corrective fib, okay? And so what I'm expecting is this to do this. This is a big A, B, C, or WXY, a 3-wave move. So here's our impulse right here, and it's hard to see, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got a correction. You see that? So I'm thinking that once price gets down here to about 79.30, that we might be going long. Maybe. Do I know that's for a fact? No, but here's the trade setup. When price gets here, I'm gonna enter long, and you know where my stop is? Right underneath here, really, really close. So that if I'm wrong and price continues down, I stop it out, and price continues. I don't lose that much money. What's the price difference there? 79.40 to 7,800. That's $140. But I've got a really, really big reward. What's my reward potential? My reward is up here. So I can risk $140 to gain $1,000 or something like that. See that? So I'm going to teach you guys to begin seeing the market this way. So I wouldn't suggest that you try to enter this trade to this short. I guess you could, but I'm not going to give you that setup. I'm going to give you the bigger setup. When price gets down to 79.40, you watch price and see if there's a reversal that's beginning to happen. If you see a reversal that's beginning to happen you see signs of a reversal, enter your trade long to the upside, okay? Set your stop at $7,800. It's not financial advice. I'm showing you a trade setup using Elliott Wave principles, okay? There's a lot more to it, but that's a basic trade setup that after this correction is over, we should expect some more upside. Now, if this isn't a correction and I've counted it wrong and this is going down impulsively, then my stop is gonna kick in, and I'm only gonna lose $140. So in my mind, I'm willing to lose $140 to see if I'm right. That's the risk, okay? In all trades there is risk, okay? In all of trading there's risk, and you measure that risk to the reward. I'll risk $100 to win $1,000. Absolutely, absolutely. And if I lose that one, that's okay, because if I lose it, I'm going to win the next one. If I win the next one, okay, I lost $100 there, but I won $1,000 on this next one, or whatever it is, right? So in other words, it doesn't matter what your win rate is necessarily, as long as you keep your losses small and your wins bigger, you will have a win rate. Listen, you can lose. Think of it this way. What if you lose 5 trades and you lose 1% for 5 trades, okay? But on the 6th trade, you win 10%. So you lost 5%, but you won 10%. So what's your total win rate? I mean, you're up 4%, right? Or no? Yeah, you're up 5%. Sorry. You're up 5%. I got lost in my numbers there for a minute. So in other words, it doesn't matter how many trades you lose to how many trades you win. Your win rate's going to be good when you understand Elliott Wave. But that being said, you're going to lose some, and you have to understand that. And you just have to be ready to just cut your losses properly. So there's a trade setup. All right, that's the class for tonight. Any questions? Any thoughts? How did we do? I need some feedback on how to make this better. Okay, so tonight was just kind of let's get our feet wet. Let's talk about psychology, why you guys are losing. Okay, and then let's just get our feet wet in Elliott Wave. Just start looking for those 5s and 3s, and then the third wave. I want you to count those 5 subwaves. Okay. What kind of thoughts do you guys have, or any questions you have? This is just real basic, guys. But I'm pretending like you guys don't know how to trade at all, and I just want you to start thinking properly. Okay. We'll definitely get into Elliott Wave and some fibs next time. Next week, we're going to actually start learning the fib relationships between the 5 waves. So I'm going to do introductory lessons we'll definitely do fibs and waves next week, promise. Okay? Even though I can count the waves and use the fibs, I still lose most of my money in the basics, meaning psychology. Yes, that's where we lose our money. Listen, guys, you can know this stuff all day long. If your psychology isn't squared, you're going to lose money. Okay? How do you get price? How do you get a price for BTC? Do you have alerts? Well, I do have. You can use TradingView for alerts. So you right click on the screen where you want alerts to come. For instance, I want to be told when it's let's say 79.90. I want an alert there. So you right click and you say add alert at 79.90. And then you click on notify on the app, show in a pop-up, send me an email, and then more actions. Play a sound, and I choose beep beep, and it's loud. Okay, it is loud. Click create, and it'll put a dotted line across your screen, and there's an alert. Okay, and you'll see the alert there. So that's the alert. Let's see what else. All right, at your level, nice. Nope, you can't watch all the time. So there you go. Great start. Better understanding of Elliott. Yeah, that's just the beginning, Terry. There's more coming. There's a lot more coming. Okay. Fib numbers show up on the left side. Okay. Yeah, let me show you how to change your fibs. Real quick, somebody asked that. So when you put your fibs on, you just double click on that to bring up the settings. Go to visibility. Coordinates, style. Oh, style right here. Scroll down on style and labels on. I have the labels on the right. You can put them on the center or the left. I have mine on the right, and in the and then the middle of the price line. Okay, so that's how you change it to the right. And I like it like that over here to the right better, personally. I don't even use moving averages, man. But we'll talk about it. I mean, I know about moving averages. I just don't use them. I only use. I do have a moving average strategy, but I developed. But that's really. We'll talk about it in this course, but it's unrelated to Elliott Wave. Let's see what else. Fib numbers. Okay. Plus sign on the. Okay. Cool. Yep. Great. Great. All right. Any other questions? How to improve this? Was this a good experience for you? So we'll get the technical difficulties ironed out for next week. Sorry about that. John, I'll send you an email as soon as I get off here, buddy. I'll send you an email. You can join right up. Yep. Corrective versus impulse. So the Elliott wave sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's impulse. Okay. Correction. 3 waves, corrective, impulse, 5 waves. And then there's certain measurements you have to know for those corrections in the impulse. Good question. As soon as we're done, John, I will get you an email sent out. If anybody else wants to join the Patreon, just go to my Patreon. It's in the description here, I think, of this video, and it becomes self-explanatory. Okay? All right, you guys have a fantastic night. This will be recorded. You can watch it again. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for joining us. It was awesome. Awesome to be with you. A lot of fun. We'll do it next Thursday, same time. 10:30. We'll get started right on time, and we'll keep it to about an hour and 15 minutes. Okay? All right. Take it easy.